What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh video. It is that time, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are here at Jump Festa. You know, this is an event that we're always excited to see every year, and it's finally here. And in today's video, we are going to be going over the first batch of news that we've gotten during Jump Festa. This is not the entire day one news that we got from Jump Festa. This was just from the first two live streams that we did have for Jump Festa. I will be covering the other ones after they do air and we do get the information on Yugioh organization, but for this video in particular, we're just going to go over the first big batch of stuff that we got from Jump Festa, which was from the first two live streams that we had, and later on we will be discussing the other parts of Jump Festa. I'm not going to do like I did last year where I just went over day one as a whole and then, you know, that was just it, and I am going to try to do day two if I do think it is worth it. We're just going to have to wait and see, but you are going to expect me to really cover pretty much everything from day one of Jump Festa. So with that being said, there's nothing else for me to say, so without further ado, let's jump right into the news. So the first thing that we're going to be discussing from Jump Festa is the announcement of the brand new main course set to release for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, that being Future Circuit. This set will be released on January 1st, 2023, and the set will include Firewall Dragon, Trickstar Bella Madonna, Goki the Master Ogre, and finally Nightmare Unicorn as the ones that were confirmed. Obviously there's going to be more cards in this set, but for right now these are the only 4 cards that we know is going to be in Future Circuit. General thoughts on that, you know, first off, Firewall Dragon not only being in this set but being the main cover card, not really too surprised. Not only was Firewall Dragon very important in the anime as it was one of Yusaku's ace monsters, and we saw Decode Talker as the first pack, you know, for the Vrain sets, you know, it makes sense for Firewall to also have his own pack as well. And, you know, Firewall Dragon just being in the pack makes sense. The only way you can actually play with Firewall Dragon in Duel Links, because you technically could use it, was with Yusaku's skill, and that was it. That was the only way that you could use Firewall Dragon in Duel Links. So to finally have a way to obtain Firewall Dragon outside of using the skill is actually pretty good. And then more Trickstar and Goki support, not really too surprised by that, because obviously, you know, with Blue Angel and Go and Nizaka being in Duel Links, it makes sense that we're going to be seeing support for those decks. Maybe we'll see some more Salamangreat support in it as well. That's what I do expect to see in this. And then obviously we're going to probably see more Nightmares, or at least I do hope we get to see more Nightmare cards in this deck that's outside of Unicorn. So like Cerberus and, you know, maybe not the broken ones that are banned in the OCG and TCG, but, you know, like Phoenix and Cerberus, I do kind of hope we do see them in this set as well. But who knows, maybe they'll just do one Nightmare at a time. We really do not know. But, you know, the announcement of the new main core set for Duel Links, very exciting news for big Duel Links players, and personally, I'm very excited for it as well, and to see what is going to be new to Duel Links in this new set. And with that said, that's going to really be it from the first live stream that we had for Jump Festa. Nothing really much else happens in the first live stream. In fact, after the Duel Links announcement for the main course set, it literally is just the VAs dueling and Duel Links, and I don't really feel like this is a video that really needs to touch upon that, so we're just going to jump into the second live stream. And at first, nothing really too special. You know, they reminded us of Premium Pack 2023, which is actually supposed to release tomorrow, if I believe, in the OCG, so that's pretty exciting for them. We also got a introduction into the Trap Tricks structure deck that was released into the OCG. I don't know why they decided they wanted to bring that up, but I guess since it was really close to December, I guess they decided they wanted to remind people about the set because it technically is the newest product that was released, so they decided to mention that. And we also got the announcement of a new Dark Magician Girl placemat that is also going to be on sale as well, which is always cool to see new placemats, and I do think the placemat looks really good. But the first big thing I think we got from Jump Festa was the secret utility box, because we got to see a lot more information of what we're expected to see in this. So the first thing that we saw is basically everything that's going to be included. It's going to have 4 secret utility box special packs, 10 cards per pack, drawing from a pool of 80 cards, 1 special dice, 1 special duelist card protector set, 1 special storage box, 1 special field center card, and 1 special card case, which is really cool. And looking from it from the live stream, we also got to see like the inner box of the product, which is really cool. We got to see the new sleeves, which was for AA Zeus, which was really cool. But the biggest thing from it was that we got the announcement of another new like cross character card, which is going to be Armed Neos. And this card, I'm just gonna say, it looks sick. Now, I'm not really too surprised that we got something like this. In fact, we had already had announcements on this before with Rocket Recharger and Last Hope Numbers, which if you guys want to know my thoughts on Rocket Recharger and Last Hope Numbers, I did 2 separate videos on them on Yugioh, which is my second channel, so if you want to go check that out, it will be on Yugioh. In fact, I'll try to have a link in the description below to both videos, so if you want to know my thoughts on those 2 cards, you can go and check out those 2 videos. But we are going to be going over Armed Neos, which is a level 10 Wind Warrior Fusion effect monster with 3500 attack and 3000 defense, and the materials for this card is Elemental Hero Neos plus 1 Armed Dragon monster, so obviously being a combination of Juai's Neos and Chaz's Armed Dragon, which is really sick in my opinion. And this card's effect is must be fusion summon. The first effect is if this card is special summon, you can choose 1 dragon monster in your graveyard and destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls with an equal or lower level, and when this card destroys a monster by battle, you can make this card gain this effect. During the main phase quick effect, you can tribute this card, special summon 1 Elemental Hero Fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So this card's pretty cool. The first effect, to where you can basically choose a dragon monster in your graveyard and you can just basically nuke as many monsters on the field with an equal or lower level, is pretty cool in my opinion. So if you can get like a level 8 dragon monster into your graveyard, then you could just basically nuke pretty much anything in the game right now, because there's not really too many cards that are level 9 or higher, so that's actually pretty solid. And then the second effect, to be able to just summon any Elemental Hero Fusion monster from your extra deck, that effect to me is actually really solid. I actually really do like that effect. So overall, I actually really do like this card. I think it has a pretty nice destruction effect by just having a powerful dragon monster in your graveyard, and technically you would have that because Armed Dragon level 7 is a level 7 monster. Yes, it can't target level 8 monsters, but being able to destroy level 7 or lower monsters is still pretty good in my opinion. And then being able to summon any Elemental Hero Fusion monster that you want by just tributing this card, I don't know, to me it seems like a pretty solid Elemental Hero card in my opinion. But that's it for the secret utility box announcement, so let's go into the next big announcement, which is actually a new set that's going to be released in the OCG. That set being Rarity Collection Quarter Century Edition, set to be released on February 18th, 2023. And when it comes to this set, not really too much was announced of it. We got the announcement of 2 reprints that are going to be in the set, one being Outlich the Golden Lord and the other one being Nightmare Unicorn. But there was some very interesting things that we learned from this set as well. The first thing being there is going to be a new secret rare for this, being the 25th anniversary secret rare. You know, this is something they typically do when they hit anniversary markers. You know, they did it for the 20th anniversary as well, which, just going to say this, me personally, I prefer the 20th anniversary secret rare than this. Like, it still looks great, and it is unfortunate that we're not going to be seeing it in the TCG because they don't do special rarities like that, which in my opinion is just stupid. I don't know why they don't do stuff like that in the TCG, but you know, that's their decision. There's nothing we can do about it, but I still think it looks cool. But I do think the 20th anniversary looked a little bit better in my opinion. But not only do we know that they're going to be basically in the form of a new rarity, we also found out that they're going to have alternate artworks in this set as well. And I'm just going to say this, both alternate artworks for Outlich the Golden Lord and Nightmare Unicorn look better than the original ones. I don't know, I just really do love these new alternate artworks, especially Outlich the Golden Lord. That's probably my favorite one from the 2, and I'm very excited to see these alternate artworks come to the TCG at some point. I don't know when they're going to come to the TCG, because these Rarity Collection sets don't come out in the TCG. These are more OCG exclusive products, but normally they try to find a way to import it some way, whether it's like in a Ghost from the Past set, they might do like a third version of that as well. You know, they did the second Haunting earlier this year, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong on that, but they did a second Haunting for that set, so they might do like a third Haunting or whatever they call it, and it will have these alternate artworks for that. And hey, maybe we'll get Ghost Rare versions of these two cards. I don't know, I think that would be really sick. But yeah, that's really much that we're gonna get for Rarity Collection for the entire stream. But you know, the fact that we're gonna be seeing these cool new souped up, you know, secret rares for these two cards is really cool for OCG fans. Obviously for the TCG it doesn't matter, but obviously the biggest thing for us is the new alternate artworks, which, like I said earlier, absolutely love the alternate artworks. They look super cool in my opinion. So with that said, this is going to lead us into our next discussion, which this one I actually do think is pretty cool, and that is a Pot and Jars collection, which is going to be exclusive to the Konami Game Station Satellite Shop stores, so it's not something that we're going to be expecting in the TCG, but you can still make a pre-order for this up until January 29, 2023, which is when these pots are going to be available to the public. And I'm just going to say this, they look absolutely sick. I absolutely love what they're doing with these pots. You know, they're not as cool as like the big Pot of Greed like jar that we did get, but I don't know, for like mini figurines basically of all the different pots throughout the years, you know, Pot of Greed, Pot of Avarice, Pot of Extravagance, so on and so forth, it's just really cool. But not only that, but we're gonna also have shiny reprints of the Pot and Jar cards in ultra parallel foil, which I'm just gonna say this, I absolutely love the parallel rares. You know, they're not my favorite from the OCG, that has to go to prismatic rares. I absolutely love the prismatic rares, but it's still cool to see all these different pot cards getting an upgrade. Even Pot of Greed, which funny enough you can't actually use the card because it is still banned in the OCG, in the TCG for that matter, which it would be illegal anyways because it's an OCG card. But I don't know, it's still cool that even though it's banned, they're still willing to give this card some love. And yeah, these are some pretty cool products. You know, the pot cards are very popular, you know, cards in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, that's why they have so many at this point. And the fact that they're making like these figures, these collectibles for fans to have, and also some new upgraded reprints in terms of the cards for these pots, I think is super solid in my opinion. And I do kind of wish this would be released in the TCG, but hey, it's not like you can't still order them from Japan. It's just shipping is just going to be in the pain in the butt. But hey, you know what, I do think it's worth to get these pots because they're just a neat collectible to have. And again, just like kind of looking through all the different pots that we gotten over the years, it's just super cool in my opinion. And this was probably one of my favorite announcements from the whole entire live stream. I don't know, this was just very exciting to see because I do love the pot cards. You know, they just look super cool to me, and to see them getting like these figurines and new upgraded card, you know, rarities is super cool in my opinion. But with that said, that's actually not going to be it for the figures, because just right after that, we got the announcement of 5 other figurines that are also going to be made as well. The first batch that we did get was for each of the Charmers respectively, 4 of the Charmers I should say. You know, Asa, I think I'm saying the card right, I'm probably not. You know, Area, Hitta, and Wind, you know, the Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind Charmers respectively are going to be getting their own figurines as well as IP Masquerena, which I do think are very good choices. You know, the Charmers are very well-known cards in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, so it does make sense to give them figurines. And IP Masquerena is also a very popular card in, you know, the card game, so it makes sense for her to also get a figurine as well. Probably my favorite is the Charmers more than IP Masquerena because they actually have a cool pose with them. You know, with IP Masquerena, she's just standing. Though surprised that she isn't on her motorcycle. I would have absolutely loved if they actually decided to go with IP Masquerena on her actual thing, or just give her a pose or something. I don't know. This figurine I just felt like is a little bland because it's just her standing. But hey, IP Masquerena getting her own figurine, I still think is cool. And then the Charmers I do think look really sick as well. But with that said, this is going to lead us into the final batch of stuff that we have gotten from Jump Festa. All of this was just posted on one post from YG organization. So instead of just going in depth through each of these new products that are going to be released. I'm just going to quickly mention over them and just give my quick thoughts on these new merchandise things. And the first one we're going to be going over is the Dark Magician Special Card Stainless Steel piece. So this one to me is really cool. I absolutely love it. You know, it's Dark Magician in the newest alternate artwork that we've gotten for Dark Magician, which looks super cool. The coolest thing about it is that they actually are using the old text box from like old school Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, before Legend of Blue Eyes, or more specifically from the anime is where I mostly remember this. Really cool. I absolutely love it. You can buy it for, I believe it's $160 for US dollars. It's 16,500 yen, which does translate to around $160. So for something like this, I do think that's a good money investment. I can see the worth in this, but I do think it's pretty solid in my opinion. We also have two sets of God card related merchandise. The first one being a quarter century duel set for the Winged Dragon of Ra, with it containing a rubber duel field, which looks sick with this alternate artwork. I absolutely love this placemat. It looks sick. We have a quarter century secret rare, the Winged Dragon of Ra, which obviously for the TCG standards, you know, this is something that wouldn't really be that relevant at all. Maybe even the same thing for the rubber duel field, or the third piece, which is the commemorative medal, which I'm going to be honest, the medal is definitely the weakest thing of this. I don't know, it just doesn't look interesting at all. But obviously this rarity for the Winged Dragon Raw is something we will not see in the TCG, but it still looks cool overall, and I really do hope at some point we do get this rubber dual field mat. It just looks super cool in my opinion. And the other God card related merchandise we got actually revolves around all three of the Egyptian cards. We have these like big towels which looks like the cards, which is pretty interesting to see the least. I don't know, that one is just a little bit more weird to me, but the one that I personally like is the stainless steel tumblers, which is these three cup looking things. Absolutely think they look sick. Honestly, if I were to pick up one, I would pick my boy Slifer to Sky Dragon. It looks so good. All three of them look good in my opinion, and these pre-orders start on February 18th for both sets of God card merchandise, so really sick there. Then we got the announcement, and this was completely out of left field, and that was the announcement of a Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh! TikTok account being announced, and I will have it on screen if you want to go and follow this TikTok if you're someone that uses TikTok. Personally, I don't, because I really don't care about TikTok at all, and I just gotta say this is just hilarious. I mean, the fact that we're getting an official Yu-Gi-Oh! TikTok, I mean, I guess, you know, TikTok is a very big thing, so I shouldn't be really too surprised that Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be going to TikTok, but I don't know. This was just so out of left field. Like, I remember watching it live, and I was just befuddled of what I was actually looking on screen. I thought I just started hallucinating when I first saw this, because this was just absolutely, like, comedy gold. Like, it was just hilarious. So, yeah, if you want to go and follow the Yu-Gi-Oh! TikTok, you can go ahead and do so. We also got the announcement of a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament that's going to be in the OCG called Yu-Gi-Oh! United Duel Tournament that will be held at Konami-friendly shops, i.e. official tournament stores, through Japan on February 22nd, 2023. So if you're someone that actually cares about the OCG format, this is something that you can tune into, but obviously this has no relevance to the TCG, so I'm not going to really elaborate on it too much, because, you know, this is an event that really doesn't apply to the TCG audience. The only other thing that I could really talk about with this event is that you have two cool things that you can win at this tournament: a rubber dual field for the alternate artwork for Eldritch the Golden Lord, and event winners and lottery winners get a secret rare special blue version of Gaia the Fierce Knight, which is actually pretty cool in my opinion. This, again, kind of reminds me of like what they did with the 20th secret rare, you know, when I believe it was like when Dark Neostorm came out and we had like Firewall Exceed Dragon kind of had that like red text on it. It looks like it's going to be kind of the same thing, but this time it's blue, so that's a little cool reward for the people that actually do participate in this, but again, obviously nothing relevant towards the TCG. And then the last thing that I am going to discuss is, again, another OCG related tournament, and that is the Japan Championship 2023. Again, nothing too special here. The only thing I will say about this is that shop participants get a common version of another verse dragon, which is cool, I guess. I don't know. I don't feel like, you know, a normal monster should be that rewarding, because I'm not gonna lie, it is not that good to me. I don't know, it's just not that appealing at all. But that is another thing, like, if you, again, are, you know, more relevant towards the OCG's, like, metagame, then this might be something that does pique your interest. And if you're someone that actually participates in an OCG event, this is something that you can win. Not that big of, you know, a prize, but you know what, again, this is just for anyone that participates, so I guess it makes sense for them to get something like a common another verse dragon. But with that being said, that's really it for this video in particular. Obviously, this is not it for the Jump Festa news. Obviously, we still got more of day 1 to go over, as well as day 2 if I end up getting to that. But as of right now, this is all the information that we have right now. I will be updating this as soon as we get more, you know, announcements for it. I will be going over some more stuff in regards to Jump Festa. This might be like a 3 to 4 part like series for Jump Festa 2023, so be on the lookout for that. I don't know how frequently they're going to be uploaded. I'm just going to be trying to upload them as quickly as I possibly can, so just be on the lookout for that. And with that being said, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your guys' thoughts on Jump Festa so far, from the announcements that we have in this video in particular. And from this video, what are you most excited for when it comes to the announcements that I've discussed in this video? Would love to hear all your guys' thoughts on this down below. But with that being said, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.